Hey, Jared.
Hey, Josh.
So why does this movie look incredible, but the plot feel familiar?
This is an interesting joke. Because Pandora, I don't know. It's so all these movies feel like.
Why? Because it's Pocahontas, but in 3D.
Is it?
I think that's always been the argument that it's basically the same plot as Pocahontas.
Oh, you know what? Actually, yeah, it kind of is.
Okay, like he learns the ways of the natives, and then
I actually have in my themes, something very similar to that. Is very Pocahontas. Yeah, interesting. Pocahontas, but blue people.
Blue people in 3D. I put 3D.
Sure. Yeah.
Digital. Whatever.
Digital. Yeah. Mocap versus hand drawn. Probably it was probably hand drawn.
The
back then.
Disney one, yeah. Hey, welcome back to Screen Time Film, a podcast where we discuss a director's filmography in chronological order. We are on the tail end of James Cameron's work, and Jared.
Yep.
All podcasting is only borrowed, and one day you will have to give it back.
True.
So my name's Josh, and this is my co-host Jared.
Josh, you have a strong heart, no fear, but stupid and ignorant like a child.
So true, so true.
Like that could describe probably a lot of us young boys.
I also had everything is backwards now. Like out there is the true podcast.
Yeah.
And in here is a dream. Yeah.
Interesting.
But yeah, today we are discussing Avatar. The first one came out in 2009, PG-13, 2 hours and 42 minutes, which I was like, wow, this is under 3 hours. Look at Cameron go.
Yeah, but this is the shortest Avatar movie. Yeah. Which
yes,
is crazy to think.
All right, the synopsis. Paraplegic.
You reading the Pocahontas synopsis?
I should have.
You should have, just see if anyone knows.
A paraplegic Marine dispatched to the moon Pandora on a unique mission becomes torn between following his orders and protecting the world he feels is his home.
Mm-hmm.
So this was written by Cameron, directed by Cameron. Our cinematographer is Mauro Fiore.
Mm-hmm.
Other notable things, he's done a bunch of stuff, but did the film Training Day, The Island, and then also Spider-Man: No Way Home. Just The
Island. I don't remember if it was good, but Training Day is sick, and that Spider-Man movie was great.
Wasn't The Island Scarlett Johansson and
is that Leo?
No, I don't, maybe I'm thinking of something different.
No, I'm thinking of The Beach. Is Leo?
Yeah, The Island
is I don't remember.
Ian McGregor, I think, in Scarlett.
Oh, you're right. Ewan McGregor. Yep. Is it ScarJo?
I mean, no.
I always like to see ScarJo. I don't remember her in that, but I have not seen that since probably it came out.
Yeah. Yep, Scarlett Johansson.
Because that was probably what, mid 2000s.
Oh, this is different. This is the 2019 version. In 2019. Oh no, that's the future. It came out in 2005.
Yeah, I thought so. Mid 2000s.
Island.
It takes place in 2019.
Yes.
Wow.
The description.
That's the Blade Runner year.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Then our composer, James Horner.
Yeah.
All right. Production costs. What do you think, Jared?
I have no idea, but I'm sure it's like astronomical. Even the other two.
You think even more than Titanic?
Oh, maybe not compared to that. Because that was what? Wasn't that pushing 200 million? I don't know. I'm gonna go 150.
237.
Oh my god! Even for the first one, like yes. I would have guessed over 200 million for the other two. Yeah. Wow. Oh no, actually, 2 and 3. He shot them both together, so that's like
helps,
Marvels,
helps
but that's like Infinity War Endgame, where it's like you're over a $500 million
total. But like then how they split it up.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow. 225?
237.
37. Wow.
All right. And then we Oscar noms and wins. Only 3 wins.
Okay.
Winner for Best Achievement in Visual Effects.
Yeah.
Winner Best Achievement in Art Direction. And then winner of Best Achievement in Cinematography. And then nominated for Best Motion Picture, Best Directing, Best Editing, Best Original Score, and Best Sound Mixing and Best Sound Editing.
Wow. Okay. A lot of those I agree with.
Yeah.
Some I don't.
Yeah. Okay.
All the ones they won for sure. Like,
yeah,
that makes sense.
Again, so the cast here, we've got Sam Worthington as our lead, and Zoe Saldana as a co-lead or whatever, and Sigourney Weaver, Stephen Lang, Michelle Rodriguez, which I had forgotten she was in this film.
Me too.
Giovanna Ribisi, and Joel David Moore.
She was Michelle Rodriguez was huge around this time.
Yeah,
because of Lost and
Lost. Was she in Lost?
No, she was in Lost, but she was in some other stuff too.
Well,
but
I mean, originally it was like the
Fast and Furious.
Fast and Furious is what she got famous from.
No, she had a run in Lost.
She was. I don't remember that. Wow.
Because when did I? It might have been right before we started the pod. Like I did a full rewatch of Lost. But yeah, she was in it for a little bit. But yeah, she was big around this time.
For sure. We also missed what's notably missing is your boy.
Who's my boy?
See, he's been in like all the Cameron movies that I don't like. I'm drawing a blank as his name, the actor's name.
Oh, Bill Paxton?
Yeah.
Well, he passed away. No, I mean, he wouldn't have passed away at this point.
Yeah.
But yeah, he could have still been in this one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I actually thought he was, but I guess not.
But I think it's the first Cameron movie
that
he hasn't been in, right? Is he in everything else? I feel like at some level.
Yeah. At least like just like one scene.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think so.
When did he pass? Do you know?
He passed not too long ago, but it was definitely like, it was probably when Avatar 2 and 3 were filming, I want to say.
All right. So overall thoughts on this movie?
You want me to go first?
Yeah, why don't you go first?
I'm curious if similar or how different we'll feel about this. So this is, what's crazy is I also am interested if you have watched it since 2009 when it came out. Because I
don't think so.
Yeah, me neither. So this is only the second time seeing it.
Probably the same for me.
Okay.
I mean, maybe when it came out on video, like DVD or something, whatever, right after that, which meant maybe in 2010, might have watched it. I don't know. I don't really remember, but I'm just saying I don't want to roll that out. But I know I saw it in the theaters once, and I remember other people wanting to go see it again, and I was like, not a little overhyped.
Yeah.
And so, but I also remember being disappointed in the 3D. It was the first movie I'd seen in a long time in 3D, and it was supposed to be better 3D. And I remember that, so we saw it in 3D, and I remember thinking that was still not. But what always frustrated me with 3D the most is that it was a much darker. Because when you see a 3D movie in theaters, they're like reducing the amount of light because they have to output to.
So they have to do that for the whole film, make it darker.
Yeah, it has to be darker. Sucks. Now, there are, which I mean, we could speak to I can mention this now.
Okay.
I mean, we can talk about when I saw the premiere of Fire and Ash, Avatar 3. They brought in a second duplicate projector and set up just for that premiere on that screen. So they ran a special software. So that way it wasn't darker. And that then wasn't bad.
Awesome. Yeah.
But since then I've gotten used to, not to say gotten used to, but I've seen, because using my Apple Vision Pro, I can watch 3D movies and it's not darker.
Yeah.
Because it's not a projector.
Yeah.
and it's actually got the same screen, the mini like 8K little screens that are like in each eye.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's able to, doesn't look any darker or brighter. It looks the same as with non 3D. Now, even watching them like that, I don't love it. I still think I like just traditional. That's just my personal preference. Now the 3D, when they use stereoscopic 3D with the full 180 VR stuff that they do in that, that looks real and like looks amazing. So I know that that's doing stereoscopic either as well, but then you're not looking at a flat surface. You're looking at that's trying to fake depth. You're looking at a spherical, half a sphere surface that is showing depth, and then it doesn't look fake at all. But anyway, but we're not, so we're talking about, I know I got sidetracked there, but talking about Avatar 1 in 2009, seeing it in 3D. Don't think I saw it after that, but.
Yeah, same. I don't think, even in 2000, I want to say because pretty much everyone saw it in theaters because it was such like a new thing. And that's why, like, which we'll get into, like, it was groundbreaking and why it won for like visual effects then. And some of it still looks great, but some of it's pretty rough now. Well, I'll get into why I think so, because I think it's the mix of, because this movie I didn't realize had so much more of a mix of like actual live action scenes and all the motion capture full CG, like of Pandora, because so it's like mixed a lot more in this one, which I did not remember, and that's when it like looked pretty bad to me. But there's still plenty of moments that it looked really good. But overall, I'm like trying to narrow it down, because just like there's so many people that I talk to that just sort of like, I don't care about Avatar, and I'm one of those people, but yet everyone goes. Like Way of Water, the second one especially, was insane amount of money, and then the new one, Fire and Ash, still crossed over $1 billion, I want to say. That's why it's staying in theaters longer than other stuff. So people still like to go to it. But I think I narrowed down, at least in this film. We'll see when we get to Way of Water. The story, I actually like the story more now, thinking about it in the Pocahontas context, actually, which is helpful. But I think the main thing is I cannot stand our main guy, Jake Sully.
Okay.
I don't like him at all. I think the performance is bad from Sam Worthington. Maybe it gets better in 2, but in this one it's bad. And he's just not a good character, and it's like he's our lead. But the thing is that Zoe Saldana is like, she's the best. She's amazing in this. She's great in everything, but like, and those are our two mains. So like then when they're together, it's even worse. And he's our main through line through all these. So like, I think that's what really, anyway, so that's one of my main things why I don't like Avatar.
Okay.
What do you think?
Well, I mean, what I was pleasantly surprised is I liked this movie more than I remember.
Okay.
Watching this, I think all in all, the world building is phenomenal in this. And I think that the setup and world building is like an hour and a half plus into this movie. I mean, you're still like learning things about this world and everything. Like, it's just the amount of like, you know, all that stuff, and it's all really cool. And I think that's where, well, when we watch some of the other two films, I think, you know, you miss some of that. Well, there's hints of it. At least I'm trying to remember Way of Water, because I watched that on the plane, because I on the way to Spain.
The way Cameron intended.
Watched it on it was in my Vision Pro, but
okay, that's good.
But like, I watched it on the plane on the way to Spain before seeing the premiere in Spain.
Oh, right.
Of Fire and Ash, and I was like, well, I gotta see the second one before, because I really didn't remember this one well enough that I probably should have watched both. But anyway, but I noticed in Fire Ash there was hints of it that were really cool, but like get away from it so quickly that, whereas this film, like, that stuff really drives the plot a lot in the film, like the first, like I said, first almost 2 acts basically until you get to the third act. Then it becomes a little bit more of like a battle and not right. But anyway, and so I kind of enjoyed that. His performance didn't bother me. I wouldn't say it was like phenomenal, but like, but you're right. Zoe Saldana she's always great, and there's a reason why she's in so much stuff. And, but yeah, all in all, like, I enjoyed it more than I remembered, and I didn't think it was half bad.
I think,
and I think maybe the original watch, it was the 3D that kind of made it, brought it down and kind of made me a little disgruntled about it.
No, that's understandable. I think seeing now going into 2, I haven't seen Way of Water at all, or Fire and Ash. I think I'll probably be more interested in it this time, like because of just visiting this now and just being more familiar with the world building. Which you're right, that is a high point of this movie. There's still some stuff though, and I'll get into it in some of my notes. Some stuff that I just think is silly, and they try to make it really serious, and I'm just like, it makes me laugh. So anyway, we can get into that. But
all right, well, let's get into it.
This is the best kind of pods where we don't completely agree.
Yeah, well, everyone likes conflict.
Yeah, it's good podcasting. Yeah.
So I completely forgot this guy was even paraplegic.
Yep, same. But
it's also, I mean, again, powerful. I forgot that he had to take the place of his brother.
Right.
I forgot to, like all these kind of things that like kind of get lost.
Well, that's what I mean.
After the first movie,
2 and 3, I want to say that there's no, like, it's literally completely CG, and that's what I mean. Like the mix of seeing people just like, I guess, for lack of a better word, live action, and then like full CG is just like,
I mean, they're still.
I don't think in 2 and 3, I think it's completely always like, is there
even the people, if it's a person that looks like a person with a mask on, you think they're still full CG instead?
I think so in 2 and 3. Now again, I've just seen clips because I like watching a lot of VFX like breakdown videos on YouTube, and they covered a lot of Way of Water because like it's like some of the most incredible VFX, which like that's what I'm really excited to watch, is to see how much that, because that's such a huge jump from 2009 with this. But well, my other thing was I had that note with like, I didn't really remember kind of where he started, but also I didn't remember ever seeing Earth. And we see like it's like very cyberpunk-ish, like a little bit of Earth. Yeah. That like I thought was interesting because I don't think we ever get the year. Did we get the year?
Not that I know.
Yeah, I don't think so. But then it was interesting for 2009, seeing that the cyberpunk world that Earth is now in whatever year this is, and then everyone's wearing masks, which is kind of a thing anyway in cyberpunk. But it's just interesting watching that now in context of like, they were putting that in 2009, and different now how we perceive it, that watching it now. But and that was, I think that was some of it that did not look good to me. Like the stuff on Pandora looked way better. Now again, we only get quick shots of, we don't get much on Earth. But look kind of, again though, it's hard to, around this time in 2009, the CG sometimes is really good, but I feel like it could have been better in some spots in this, because how much we talk about CG, there's a lot of really good examples even before 2009. So I don't know.
Yeah.
So it didn't seem like it bothered you that much.
The CG?
Yeah.
I mean, there's definitely parts where I was like, okay, like even some of the movement of, especially like when he first gets into his avatar and some of that movement around with the avatar moving around in the facility there. The rest was like practical, more or less, like, right? Like looked a little, there's some of that looked a little rougher. But like I said, once they kind of get full on, like where basically the whole world is CG, and then you're right. Then it's probably the moments where you have like actually human interacting, like with the like face mask thing, that looks a little off. But yeah, but even some of the stuff at the end wasn't too bad. But
yeah, that's what I mean. Like once you get full on Pandora and like everything is essentially CG or visual effects, then I think it works a lot better. It's just the clash of
because I know like when he's walking off, he's wheeling off, and then there's like one of those like lack of a better word mechs that like kind of go by.
Yep,
it's like that looked a little off, and like there were like things like that that were just like not what you would see today. Now probably at the time it was like no one even blinked an eye because it probably looked phenomenal for what they can do in 2009. But one thing I wanted to mention, I just so it was like interesting for me from just like a perspective of because my world of construction equipment stuff that I end up filming all the time. Just that opening shot of like also showing a quarry and the equipment and trying to make futuristic looking like haulers and loaders and digger, like different things that the construction, I've been in plenty of real mines myself and been around the equipment enough so that it just was one of those things where it was like, oh, this is interesting. And in 2009 wouldn't have been as familiar with that when I watched it back then as I would be now.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just, it's just a mix from this time. Like, because we were just talking about, some of it just seems kind of weird, but then there's still that's why it was confusing for me, because there are some shots of just when you're on Pandora that still hold up incredibly well with just visual effects. So that's why I'm like, that's why it just like,
but like, then another next note was like, again, him first being the body and then he like just breaking free and running through.
Yeah.
And again, some of that stuff. And then Sigourney Weaver's character as an avatar comes out, Grace, and she looks a little off too. Like it's like again, probably good for the time, but then also the flip side of like that feeling excitement that you feel for him because he's like hasn't yet, he's like using legs and he hasn't used legs and for however long, and so like in the storytelling sense, it was a really cool scene.
Oh yeah,
but but then like a little distracting from the like slightly
visually,
off, slightly off.
Do we? Maybe this is a dumb question, or maybe I'm just forgetting. Because they do talk about it when he's first going in. They explain about, that it was his brother, then switched to him. What was the reason why it switched to him?
Because they were twins. And so like, because the avatars are made by a mix of DNA from the person and
so just
half Navi DNA and half human DNA. And it's like you're matched to the DNA.
And so theirs was just too similar because they were twins?
Yes. They were similar enough that he could use that avatar.
Okay.
Nobody, like random people can't use the avatar. Yeah. So, but then because they were twins, he was able to use that avatar, which is why they even gave him the option, because I guess they're so expensive to make those avatars is what was mentioned. And so that allows him to, otherwise they'd have to scrap it because no one else could use it. So,
right.
So that was where the setup of that happens. Which, I mean, again, like I said, like from a storytelling setup and stuff like that, it's a lot stronger than I remember. All those kind of those narrative structure things of.
I think because I like the world of Pandora and some of the characters, especially, what is Zoe Saldana's character's name? I'm blanking on it now. I should know this.
Neytiri,
yeah, okay. I keep wanting to say Na'vi, but that's the actual people. And she's great. Like, some of the story, though, I think, this is me, like, with Jake Sully, it just made it hard for me to get into the story because he's so central, like I said. So like that part of it was harder for me, for especially this long of a movie. But I do like the main like threat makes sense. Makes sense, I would say, even more now than it did in 2009.
Yeah.
So like it's even more relevant now. So like all that is good. It's just, I guess some of the plot and the story was harder to get through for me.
Well, speaking of the theory, like, anything you want to mention before that? Any notes before?
No.
All right. So then introduction. He basically gets stranded.
Yep.
And separated from the group, and so then he gets left out there, and then he's doing his best to survive, and then she, of course, ends up saving him before he gets eaten by a pack of some kind of wild animals.
Yeah.
So what do we think, I guess, of this relationship / introduction, like in there?
Well, that's the problem. I mean, I guess you liked it more than me, because that's what I mean. Like their relationship with each other is very central to this. So it's hard when it's like one side of the relationship is so good, like performance and just like emotion with Zoe Saldana. And then other side is just, I think it's just awful. So that's what made it hard for me to, I think that's the main thing that's like throwing me off, because that's so central. So we get so much of that through it. Yeah. So I couldn't get into it as much.
Gotcha. Well, I mean, it didn't bother me as much, obviously. Like, I wouldn't say I loved his performance. I think he's supposed to be, from your quote, like he's supposed to be, dumb jock, kind of, shoot things.
Yeah, he's an outsider.
Shoot first, ask questions later kind of person from when he starts to then eventually, growing as a person.
Mm-hmm.
But I can understand. So, but at first, like, then of course he gets captured, brought back to camp, whatever, to the Na'vi, and then she's supposed to train him.
Mm-hmm.
And again, like, this is the kind of stuff that's like still part of the world building, almost like all these things you're learning as she's training him. It's basically also training the audience to understand the world of Pandora, which is, again, like I said,
and the rules of the world.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And so that's why it's like, it was fun for that reason.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with that part. Yeah.
And then and then kind of a transition to the, middle to end of the second act into the third act is like, starting to realize that he's supposed to be spying for the Marines, and then the corporation wanting to keep mining more of this unobtainium.
Okay, that's going to get me into my first of two things that I think is so bad and ridiculous.
Yeah.
That is, they take so seriously in this. The most valuable resource on Pandora is called unobtainium. And they're so serious about it the whole time they say it. And it's just...
Yeah, I agree.
Like, come on.
I was like, really?
Yeah.
Like, I thought at first when he first said it, I thought he was kind of using it as like almost like a slang.
Yeah.
And this wasn't the real term
that's
for
the real
thing.
term.
But then, like, you're like, no, this is what they're actually calling this mineral.
Because that's like something, when James Cameron's writing the script, he's putting that in as like a placeholder of like, this is the resource, I'll come up with a better name. Like, that's what I imagined.
Right.
And then he just didn't. I don't know what happened, but
yeah.
Yeah,
you're right. It's bad. It's like almost, it is like the placeholder thing you're going to put there, and then never came up with something better. And maybe because you read it so many times, you just got used to it, but not a good name.
And then probably like anyone on the team too scared to question James Cameron. They're just like, yeah, sure. Sounds great, James. I don't know.
Well, he's the writer. I mean, he was the sole one of the producers was like, you need to change that.
Well, that's why. Yeah,
he's a writer director, so there's no checks and balances there.
True, and he didn't do that much. Like going through all his movies. There's like been only like one other film.
And most of the time, there's at least someone else,
right?
Like
co-writer,
or if not 2 or 3 people that help.
Yeah,
but
I know this is always obviously why like literally 1997 Titanic came out. I don't know when he started on this, but like obviously literally this whole world is his baby, and like why it's just like it's all him.
Yeah,
and why he's dedicated.
Why it's 12 years later before this film came out.
Yeah, and then another 12 years for Way of Water. I think that was 2022, 2021,
maybe something like that.
It's around that.
Yeah,
but I mean, again, they were making 2 movies then,
and also you get COVID in there too.
Yeah,
but yeah. So then I think the idea and the plot part of this corporate, wanting to mine this moon, it's obviously it's tales old as time, like, right, like not surprising. And I think it's a good setup for the villain. And there's not like it's kind of, there's the guys that are kind of the leaders, but more of like the villain is the corporation, not so much an individual, right?
So I mean, it's a big theme I have written down when we get to that. Corporate greed, capitalism, all that. That's what I mean. Like it's like that. I don't remember the state of our world in 2009, or let's say even a couple years before that when he's writing it, or whenever he was writing it. Don't remember the state of our world then, but like thinking about America now compared to that, it's like it seems more relevant now. So I wonder how much more they lean into it in Way of Water, Fire and Ash. Do you remember at all?
Yeah, I mean, I do, but
okay. No, that's all right. You don't have to.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to talk too much about the other films.
Okay.
I think it'll be good to be able to, after the third one, to be able to like really talk about all 3. But
which did we mention? He's I believe he did say something about finally doing something else, because he originally was like, I'm going to do 5 of these.
It was going to be 4 and 5 after.
Yeah. But I think now he's like
postponed or scrapped altogether. Yeah, I believe so. And we should confirm that. Maybe we can talk about that too by the time we do Fire and Ash.
Yeah.
So then I think you get this again, another not original, but like worked well, like and they're just bulldozing and doing things, but they want to move and take the home tree, right? And they kind of destroy that, and it kind of really wakes up the Na'vi to like, okay, this is serious, because like Jake's been trying to tell him, you guys need to move, you need to do something, and of course then the head guy for the clan, he passes away in the battle for Home Tree.
Yeah, it's Giovanni Ribisi and Stephen Lang are like the 2 big bads.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember which one, because I also don't remember their names in the movie, but which one dies?
Oh, no, I'm talking about the leader of the clan.
Oh, leader of the clan. Oh,
which
yes.
What's her name's dad, right? Because he gives her the bow.
Yeah,
that's from
yeah.
And that happens during
right in
the initial attack, right? The initial attack, because then they regroup and he gets all the people and rallies them together. But the other thing that was interesting and was when they wake up, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because obviously, spoilers, but in the second and third movie, like he's not an Avatar anymore.
Yeah,
like he is a Na'vi basically,
mm-hmm.
Right. So like you don't have that anymore, that plot point of like him having to wake up on the human
That's what
side.
I mean. I think 2 and 3, it's literally all CG. Like, I don't think you ever.
Well, you still have some other
else.
ancillary characters that are still doing that, but like, yeah. Like it's, so anyway, I've forgotten that was even a factor.
Right. Oh, because that's like my bulk, like, understanding of it. That's why, like, I forgot how much more of like a mix of it in this movie. Like, I didn't realize.
Yeah, of course he gets, blessed by the mother or whatever, kind of, and then they agree to marry, I guess, and they compensate.
Not compensate.
No.
Consummate
the marriage.
Well, guess what? That's my other thing I'm going to get into. That's very silly.
Yeah. Okay.
Or maybe I just don't understand. Maybe you can explain to me. So what I wrote down was, so the Navi's genitals are in their hair? Because that's what it seems like when they're doing it. Yeah. And that's what's implied, but I don't know. Did you have that same?
I mean, it is a little weird visually, right?
Yeah, it just seems it looks silly, and it's such a serious scene. This is why this is the other big thing that just like, to me,
you think they would just be through their tail or something, but it's everything else through their tail. But
right, but I mean that's a factor too. But it's like, yeah, they do the hair thing. I don't know. It's confusing
the way.
I just didn't know if you had a different read on it.
No, I guess because they're
let us know.
Somehow they're all almost like connected as a network, right? Like organic network.
Yeah,
because that's kind of talked about, and so
are they all feeling it? Are they all having sex?
I don't know.
That would be interesting.
That's a part that he does not go into in the world building to be more specific.
Maybe that was for 4 and 5. Avatar 4 and 5.
Yeah, and then I guess the biggest of that is like the final battle for Pandora, where they we lose, a bunch of the people, right? Like
this other thing that's tough is remembering everyone's name, and I mean everyone looks different enough. Like they do a good job with the face, so like, because it's obviously like they make the face look like the from mocap,
the real person.
Yeah, like so Natiri, looks like Zoe Saldana. I could tell with Sigourney Weaver. Obviously, she has a very distinct face anyway, so like I could tell with her. But some of them it was harder just because there's so many characters. I mean, it's the same thing. Anytime we've talked about Game of Thrones or anything else, there's just so many characters. It's hard to remember everyone's name.
Yeah, so this the final battle, like, because then we lose the mom too, right? We lose Grace, Sigourney Weaver's character.
Yeah,
and then the guy and the sergeant, Marine sergeant, like he quote unquote dies.
Don't remember his name.
Yeah,
but yeah.
So then, but then the other corporate dude, he doesn't, right? They're like marching him back off because at the end he's like, "This is not over."
Right. What about
they sent him packing though, and then
what about Michelle Rodriguez?
Yeah, she died. Well, the helicopter kind of goes down.
Oh, that's right.
And you assume she dies.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
okay, but that makes sense. I don't think she's in the other one.
I think the one of the things is the visual world building thing, the flying mountains or whatever, floating mountains.
Oh yeah,
that stuff was
that's
cool looking. From, and then we didn't talk about like, but first he learns to kind of ride the horse like things, and so then eventually can learn to fly like a little like pterodactyl kind of things.
Yeah, those are cool too.
And then of course he takes the legendary one that's like bigger and different color and all together, gets on that and rallies the troops, which is on one hand cool. It's kind of like he's just dumb enough to do it, right? Like it's almost
like try to
like it's like, is he really blessed by their god or their mother, or is it just was dumb enough to shoot?
I mean, yeah. It could be either way.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, so it's just still visually cool, that final battle, taking out the giant, like, remind me of G.I. Joe, like some of those ships. It's like military things.
Yeah, for sure.
Kind of flying military things. And then we kind of get the ending montage, right? Like and we get the kind of setup and premise that shows that he is becoming a permanent Na'vi and like leaving his human body behind.
Mm-hmm.
So, any other thoughts and comments on
No.
story and stuff? We'll talk about the cinematography some. I mean, we kind of touched on some of these things as in the broader conversation. Again, the world building and just the immersion in this like moon Pandora that is just crazy. The colors and just even like the neon, whatever, like glowing things in the nature, like such a cool look, and
yeah, it's awesome.
Kind of feels like Fern Gully.
It does
from that standpoint, but
very similar. Yeah, that's what I mean. That's the main thing I wrote down was just the art direction and design of everything in Pandora is just very unique and cool, and that's why I think it just works better when we're just completely there, as a story. That's why
the second and third one.
I know that's why I think maybe I'll like it more.
I think the flight choreography is done really well in this, like the dogfighting between, and that are mixture of the like flying bird like things, whatever you want to call those things are called, and then the actual like helicopter / planes, like which are like kind of, I guess, futuristic versions of the one plane that was in True Lies.
Yeah, kind of.
Like they kind of take off vertically, but they're more like planes than they are helicopters, but then kind of a mix.
Yeah, kind of looks like that. Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
Probably inspired him. He probably like still has a nerding out on that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and then again, like we talked about in the last couple films, just the confidence in these battle scenes and like not making them too chaotic and like still being able to really see and understand mostly what's going on but then still feeling the tension and the action. Like it still feels intense and stuff. So I think all that stuff was done really well.
And yeah, I agree. I think there was only a few times where it felt a little bit like I didn't know what was going on, but yeah, like that's very important for just the specific colors of this world and like the color of the Na'vi and like still knowing what everyone is, what they're doing in this final battle. Yeah, because I mean, is it they're obviously like for the mocap, their faces are different, but like body wise, a lot of them are pretty similar, right? Like there's not a lot of different looks aesthetically, right? Yeah. So
that's true.
So I mean, no, it is good that for the most part, they do a good job of knowing who you're looking at and what they're doing and where they're at in relation to this battle and conflict.
So let's talk a little bit about the score.
Yeah.
I think overall, like I think it was strong. Had some good themes in there, but like not quite the level of like where like Titanic or something, where it just like is as memorable. Like I had to be like, I was thinking about afterwards. I'm like, I don't know that I could hum it, right? But yet I also remember it kind of being like, but there was something there, like, so that's kind of how I judge it. Cause like, obviously it's not.
I feel very similar. Like, I think the best score that James Horner has done for James Cameron is this one, or Titanic first. But this one is still great. Actually, what I really like is adds a lot of like world music elements into it, which makes sense for the climate and kind of look of Pandora. And I thought that was really like that was blended in really well. Yeah, I kind of knew some of the themes, like I kind of could grasp onto them, but at the same time, yeah, I wasn't really like humming them afterwards either. But I don't know, maybe by 2 or 3, we'll see.
Yeah. All right, themes and messages. What do you got for theme?
I mean, we really already talked about it, but I mean, I just wrote down it's pretty clear about stealing resources from indigenous people by any means necessary for corporate greed. Like the Pocahontas thing.
Right. Or even stealing, like taking from the earth, right? Like you're taking from nature, and like that whole, which,
but it's beyond nature. I mean, this is like the most valuable.
Right. But like
resource.
Yes.
Not just like, what would you call it? Like deforestation. Like it's like,
yeah, but they're like destroying the planet just for this resource. And of course that's.
Oh yeah, no, they are destroying a lot of other stuff. Yeah.
But also, I mean, besides that, also put like deep down what matters is the connection to others in nature. And that's what really makes you feel alive. And I think that's kind of, what our protagonist learns, right? Like he learns that there's more than just the greed, right? And that he finally felt a connection and, felt like part of a family, so to speak, that he found there, and then realized that was much more valuable and important to him than the money and even getting his legs back, and, because they basically had him set up for surgery to go back and get his legs back.
Yeah, but he didn't. I mean, the little bit that we did see of him back on Earth, he didn't really have much going on.
Yeah.
Like it didn't look like he was very happy there anyway. So I think I don't think he ever really felt like Earth was his home anyway. So then Pandora, he finally felt like he was finally home. Like this is where I belong.
All right. So let's dig into spoilers off of IMDb. Spoilers, trivia.
Trivia. Yep.
Which might include spoilers.
Yeah, probably.
All right. At the time of auditioning, Sam Worthington was living in his car.
Whoa.
So this was a big break for him. The Na'vi language was created entirely from scratch by linguist Dr. Paul R. Frommer. James Cameron hired him to construct a language that would be easily enunciatable for actors to pronounce, but would not resemble any human language. He created about 1,000 words. Requested Dr. Frommer that Na'vi language must be entirely new, as it's supposed to be from another planet, and that should sound nice to the audience.
Yeah, I love when they do this. Make up a whole language.
He didn't want to have to do any additional editing done to their voices. He wanted them to sound authentic and not unnatural.
Yeah, I agree, and I think they nailed it.
Yes. Director Cameron, known for being tough on set, sometimes would wear a hat with HMFIC, head mother effer in charge, and allegedly kept a nail gun on set that he would use to nail cell phones that had been the misfortune of ringing it to a wall above his exit sign.
Wow. It's a little crazy, Cameron.
And then Worthington as an Australian, said it was easier for him to master the Na'vi language than the American accent.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
Because that's just something completely. Cameron convinced that CGI effects had progressed enough to make his film when he saw Gollum in Lord of the Rings.
Mm-hmm. I know, yeah, a lot of this was him waiting for the technology, yeah. Same with the...
Originally planned to have the film completed for release in 1999. At the time, the special effects he wanted to increase the budget to $400 million. No studio would fund the film, and it was shelved for 8 years. Wow. So that's why he didn't do it. No one would fund it till the cost of CGI came down.
So it didn't take him that long to actually film it.
Yeah.
Interesting. So he went right into it from Titanic.
I guess, or at least script wise, to get.
Wow.
Some scenes took over 47 hours to render.
Yeah, I mean, the computers in 2009. Wow. Yeah.
Cigarettes that Sigourney Weaver's character smokes are computer generated.
Okay.
Which I guess at the time would have been groundbreaking. I mean, now it's like...
Yeah.
Matt Damon and Jake Gyllenhaal were studio's first choices to play Jake Sully.
Both would have been better.
Yeah. How would you... I feel like Gyllenhaal would have been a good fit.
Gyllenhaal's
I don't know about
favorite.
Matt Damon.
I don't like Matt Damon as much. Gyllenhaal's amazing.
I think Well, I mean, like...
He can do anything.
I like them both as actors, but like I think for this role, Gyllenhaal would have been really good.
He would have.
This is the first film in history to gross over $2 billion worldwide. Cameron's own Titanic became the second after the 2012 3D re-release.
Oh. Yeah, but remember I was mentioning that Titanic was in theaters for like forever.
Yep. And then it says Avatar is the highest grossing film worldwide, unadjusted for inflation. It lost the top spot to Avengers Endgame, but reclaimed it after a 2021 re-release in China. Avatar was also the first film to gross over $2.5 billion worldwide and remained the only one until Avengers Endgame also reached the milestone.
Yeah, see, that's what I mean. Like, people just go and see these no matter what. Not just America, all over the world.
The movie took 4 years to make, from pre-production to release.
Okay.
Most of the animal noises heard in the movie are recycled dinosaur noises from Jurassic Park.
Nice.
Notably the T-Rex and the raptors. The atrophied legs were prosthetics cast from legs of real paraplegic. And Sam Worthington's real legs were tucked into the wheelchair and digitally removed in post-production.
Yeah. I mean, that's normally how you would do it anyway, right?
Help actors prepare for the role. James Cameron took the cast and crew to Hawaii, where they spent their days trekking through the forests and jungles in order to get a better sense of what it would be like to live and move around in a jungle on Pandora, since there would not be any actual jungle sets to aid and guide the actors and crew. Zoe Saldana even dressed up as a warrior during these journeys, complete with an alien tail symbolic of the one her character has in the movie. These hikes were only done during the daytime, however, as the cast and crew spent their nights at a Four Seasons hotel.
Yeah, of course. Zoe Saldana she's a pro.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder, does that go into, does she go into like method acting territory? Is that considered?
I don't know.
That's kind of, I don't know. I don't know if she's done that at all in anything else. Is she method acting in Special Ops Lioness?
So to appease 20th Century Fox from their fears and the remembering that the harrowing experience of Titanic and its production overruns and costly delays, Cameron promised to forego his director's fee if Avatar flopped.
He was that confident. Now, I mean, he's got to be one of the richest directors. Like, that's like insane, right? Because I mean, he created it, so like the amount of margins that he gets alone.
Probably because from the writer and being a writer and the director. Yeah.
Insane.
The book that Grace picks up in the abandoned school is The Lorax.
Nice.
Which is like along the same lines as some of the plot in this, right?
Yeah.
Lorax about saving the forest.
Yeah.
Composer James Horner stated that it was the most difficult film and the biggest challenge of his career. He said in an interview that he worked on the music from 4 a.m. to 10 p.m. for a year and a half.
Yeah. That's crazy. I mean, I can imagine though for this. But it's also, I mean, there's so much. Like there is score through the whole thing. So it's just like not only figuring out the themes, but you're doing almost 3 hours of music.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Just to note a difference. The avatars have eyebrows and 5 digits per hand, 5 fingers and feet, while the Na'vi only have 4 and no eyebrows.
Right.
Also, the avatars have also broader in the chest and arms, appearing more muscular. So they made those look a little different because they're half human DNA.
Oh, okay. Nothing about their hair, though.
No. He says James Cameron conceptualized Avatar after watching Disney's animated film Pocahontas. He initially wanted Kiara Kilcher to play Neytiri. I don't know who that is.
Yeah, I don't know who that is.
After seeing her play Pocahontas in The New World in 2005.
Oh.
The actress. Live action. Very slung line. Despite understanding that the Na'vi are not placental mammals.
Okay.
Meaning that's not how they give birth, right? So that's at least some of it. James Cameron insisted from the start that Neytiri should have breasts as to look hot from a human's point of view.
That was his only reason.
The movie is 40% live action and 60% photorealistic CGI. A lot of motion capture technology was used in the CGI scenes.
Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, that's way more than I thought in this first one. Well, I appreciate you explaining a little bit at least of the reproductive nature.
This was the first completely digitally shot movie to win the Academy Award for Best Cinematography.
Yeah, that makes sense. No, wait. Toy Story?
But didn't win Best Cinematography, though.
Oh.
Like it's.
I thought you were talking about just like Best Movie.
No, I just said Best for
Cinematography.
Best Cinematography. Here you go. Unobtainium, quote unquote, is a humorous term used mainly in the aerospace industry. It describes a material that is perfect for application but does not exist. It is extremely expensive or violates the laws of physics. Its chemical symbol is UO. Unobtainium is also a general concept term used by sci-fi enthusiasts for a fictional substance. This is needed to build a certain device that is critical, blah, blah, blah. Is featured in The Core movie, 2003, where the earth-boring vessel called the Virgil has a hull made from unobtainium to help it withstand the massive pressures inside the Earth's core. Unobtainium is also an anti-gravity element in an online multiplayer video game, Skyrates.
Oh.
Finally, unobtainium is a term used by the Oakley Sunglass Company, which refers to the material used in certain nose and earpieces. According to the Oakley website, its properties allow it to maintain grip despite the presence of perspiration.
Okay, that's still like...
Doesn't explain why he used it.
No, like that's just like a placeholder name.
Yeah. Like I think what we talked about is it just...
Yeah.
Anyway, I think that's enough of that.
I guess I shouldn't give him too much crap about it since he basically designed literally everything else. Directed and wrote, created this whole world. So maybe by that point,
running out of time.
Yeah, he's like, I don't know.
We gotta shoot it. We gotta shoot it. And
Yeah.
I still have a name.
Let's just leave it. Yeah.
I guess it's okay to use because it's a real element.
Yeah.
Like it has like an actual,
But it literally sounds like
UO for.
But it's an element, but it sounds like it sounds like a term used like Chekhov's gun. Like, it sounds like something that You would just another placeholder thing, or like a, what would you call that? A motif that's in a lot of film.
And then, like you said, and then later you would at some point switch it out in your script to give it some kind of name, but you just never did.
Yep.
But well, any final thoughts? I mean, like you said, like just
think you like it more than
I think I just enjoyed it. I don't know about level of enjoyment overall. I think maybe that Sam Worthington's performance is probably what made it a little bit less for you. But I think we both seem like we both liked it more than we thought we really liked it. That's
after it's been like, so long.
Like I remember really not caring for it at all, and then I was like, oh no, this is cool. Like this is good world building.
And that's why I hope that the next two are better, because I know I'm going to like them better visually, and staying in that world. And I'm just like, so if the story is better, like I think they're going to both be way better than this one. So we'll see.
We shall see. Well, let us know your thoughts.
Yeah, leave a comment.
Let us know.
What do you think?
Email, whatever, about
what are your thoughts on how they reproduce?
Yes. How do the Na'vi reproduce?
Yeah.
We really need to know the things we need to know.
So the tails is the hair?
Yeah. How's this work? And then, where did baby Na'vi come from, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, let us know. You can email us at feedback@screentimepod.com or leave a comment or a DM. We appreciate all you like and subscribe, but those of you who haven't or follow on all the things, please do so. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. And if you'd like to follow each of us on Instagram, I'm at JYoungBar.
And I'm at Jared Youngbar.
All right, we'll catch you guys next time.